Hello guys and welcome to BoreDraw. This is World Cup episode 2 draft edition. I'm Dan. This is Lewis.
We're in the podcast studio, boys.
They were the bloody boys.
We got Dan and we got Lewis here today. Give us a little wave. Yeah, we love that from you. Yeah, we're doing a little World Cup draft today. It's going to be
Sponsored by Budweiser.
I like the World Cup now.
Shout out.
So we are going to be doing a little World Cup draft, a little snake draft, as they call it in the biz.
Yeah, so if you're not familiar, basically, it's like fantasy. You pick your favourite players to get you the points. But unlike fantasy, where multiple people can have the same player, a couple of rules. We can't have the same player. So if I'm back in, let's say, Neymar, no one else can have Neymar.
Thus, it's called a draft.
Bosh. And also, only 3 players from the same nation. Country.
So similar to fantasy
team.
Premier League rules.
Yeah.
But yeah, the scoring is going to be pretty much based off of the World Cup Fantasy as well. Everything will be down in the description below in case you're confused, in case you care that much.
So if you play scores, bosh. Play a man of the match, bosh. Assist, bosh. Yellow card, L. Red card, L. Own goal, L.
But before we get into the draft, do you guys want Dan? What's your little opinion on the World Cup? Are you excited? Are you ready for the World Cup?
I can't wait, mate.
Can't wait.
No.
Yeah.
It's England.
Yeah. Do you reckon the boys can do it?
Absolutely.
Let's go.
We wouldn't be here if we didn't think so.
Let's go.
Lewis, give me your opinion. What's going to happen in the World Cup?
World Cup, I think it's going to be interesting because it's a Winter World Cup, so it's a bit different to what we're used to.
Yeah.
But like,
seen all those videos of the England team getting sweaty as fuck
it's
on
like
training.
All the countries that live in places that like it's mainly raining and cold, like they get that heat. It's probably
Shock to the system.
It's shock to the system. Us Wales, stuff like that. But I reckon, I don't know.
Do you reckon once the football gets going, that it's gonna once they get into the flow of the game, they'll forget about the heat? Or do you reckon it's going to play like a imminent factor in sort of the outcome? Do you reckon there'll be a few upsets based on the fact that potentially you got like a team like Iran playing against a team like England or Wales, where they might be more used to the heat? Do you reckon it might throw up a few upsets?
Possibly, yeah, because it's the World Cup. It's unpredictable. We've seen it before. You know, you've had like teams like South Africa when they played first game, they beat their
That group.
I can't remember who they were playing, but they won their first game. So I expect Qatar probably beat Ecuador, and then it's going to be interesting
Because of the money.
because the money.
Cheeky little bribe.
Possibly.
We're not going to talk about the
Cheeky little moolah in the
cheeky
pocket.
little the rumours going around, because the problem is with that rumour, if Qatar now go and lose, everyone will be like, oh, it didn't happen. But if Qatar now go and win 1-0 off their own backs, then everyone will be like, it's happened, didn't it?
It's a sticky one.
So should we get into the draft? We're gonna decide who starts. So it's a snake draft. So whoever gets picked first will go first, second, third, and the fourth pick will have 2 picks, and then it will go reverse order. So it's a snake, you know.
Yeah,
right?
my guy was saying snake draft, like that's a common thing.
That is a common thing. It's a well-known analogy. It's a well-known term within the drafting business. So we're going to do a little thing called Chooser. It's a little app. And whoever gets picked first on Chooser...
I need a piss.
Oh, God.
That's all right. Nah, fuck it.
Right,
so we'll Chooser for the first place, and then we'll go clockwise from whoever wins.
All right, so everybody, get your hands on here. Everyone put a finger down.
They definitely can't see it on the screen.
It's all right, doesn't matter.
This is weird.
So I've got first pick.
Lou's got first pick, which means I've got last pick.
So we're going to go from
going.
me to Dan to Lewis to Roz. Roz gets 2 picks, and then Lewis, Dan, back to me.
Excellent stuff, mate. If anything, I pretty much fell about right.
Yeah, you enjoyed it.
I was saying earlier, I didn't want it to do like a dirty little diags throughout the whole thing. But
I'm going to go my first pick
Here we
of
go.
the World Cup Draft 2022 Qatar. I'm going for the man, Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi. I'm going for Lionel Messi.
So we were like,
This is
unsure.
hold on. Shush.
Do we wite these down? How do you know who we've picked? Who do we know? You're going to have to store a mental thing.
You can't. I mean, we can do graphics.
Yeah,
We'll suffer through it.
Because fuck me, how the hell am I going to keep up?
We're doing it for you. Also, we're going to do it. We're going to throw them up on screen at the end anyway. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if you really care that much,
he's picked the best player in the tournament.
yeah. So this is, for me, is Lionel Messi's World Cup, and the stars have aligned. He had a bit of a stinker last season, and he's come this season. And he's got the heat. He's probably the best player. He's back to being the best player in the world.
Yeah, we said this on the last podcast. It's mad that you can be the best player in the world for, let's say, like 10 years take a dive in kind of performances, and everyone just assumes that's because you're getting old. But it's actually not. It's just because you just couldn't be fucked. And then now you're just like, yeah, let's just fucking be the best
Now
player
you're
in the
just
world.
proving to everyone that you're not human anymore.
Yeah, let me be the best player in the world again.
Yeah, other than England, I'm definitely backing Argentina. I want Messi to
Yeah,
win the
I've
World Cup.
got
I feel
Argentina as
like-
my favourites to win as
I feel
well.
like if he wins that, then he cemented himself as the best player.
100%. I'll back that.
Do you know what? I back it. I think even without him win the World Cup, he's still the best player of all
He
time.
is, but like, there's always that discussion.
Because it's like Maradona always said, like, Messi's good, but he's not won the World Cup.
But no,
Yeah,
but
That's
for,
the thing.
For Argentinian fans, it's a big thing that Maradona won the World Cup, whereas Messi didn't.
Yeah, I was going to say, the discussion isn't for World Cup glory between Ronaldo and Messi, because both of them haven't won it. It's between Pele, Maradona,
It's
and
like
one of them two.
Maradona's
Because
like,
those two both have World Cups.
Maradona's always said, like, I'm the best Argentinian player because I've won the World Cup.
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah,
if
100%.
Messi wins
Well, he's
it,
fucking
then-
dead now, isn't he?
True. But if Messi wins it,
Have you seen the Nike ad? Technically, he's still alive.
Technically, yeah. You know the Ian Wright thing? Where he like, will it go?
He's like, fuck me, I thought you were dead. So funny.
Man, like Maradona turning up. But yeah, so
Right.
I've gone for Lionel Messi.
Where you
as-
putting him? So we didn't mention. So position-wise, we're playing it a little bit loosey-goosey, but not super loosey-goosey.
4-3-3 formation.
Yeah, so we're doing like, you've defo got to have two centre-backs, full-backs, centre-mids, forwards. And the forwards can be kind of, you can have a left wing at right wing at left wing. The striker, if he's known to play out wide, can have an out wide one. If he's not known to play out wide, it will kind of, we'll just figure it out on the spot. I'll call someone out if they've got a little shit one.
Can I put him Messi as my right winger?
You can have him as right back if you want. No, you can have him as right winger. Yeah.
Oh,
100%.
can I? Because that solves a lot of problems for me. Messi, my right winger, locked in. Bosh.
Very good.
Daniel Rose, you are up for your next pick or your first pick.
I believe in the boys. I'm going to go.
I believe in
Harry
miracles.
Dan's gone for Harry Kane
Let's
as his
go.
striker.
My first pick.
That's very solid.
He's going to score goals.
I think you've got to consider in this as well because we're doing like a set and forget.
Is he-
We're picking a team and then it's the whole thing. I think if England get a decent way in, that's a lot of points.
two
Yeah.
very
And he's the focal point of the attack.
very
Safe.
strong. Nah, not even safe because they're both like world class
I think-
players
I
that are
think,
gonna.
like-
they're two very good points that Dan made. That you want someone
Gonna go
in a
far.
team that's going to go far because you could pick someone in a team so they're like a world class baller,
got Sadio Mane.
but they're in a team
before
that
he was injured.
stinks.
Senegal,
And
yeah.
so it's like, oh, that might not be a thing. And then another one is like, I think Harry Kane is second best odds to win Golden Boot. So that's a solid one.
Is it Kylian Mbappe? ahead
I
of
think
him?
Mbappe's
And then Messi
top odds.
behind him?
No, and then I think it's Harry Kane.
No, so Mbappe, Kane, Messi.
okay, yeah.
So, yeah.
it's a very solid pick.
So I
for
think
him.
my other pick for the like priority pick would be Kevin De Bruyne, but I just think
All right, Dan. There's more people to come, Dan.
It's not my pick, is it? But I think I rate England's chances to get
You're just
further
giving
than
Ross
Belgium.
ideas, man. He's got two
No,
picks.
I need
Yeah,
to. I need
two
to
picks.
read out Harry Kane because spoiler alert, he was on my spreadsheet.
Ross has got a spreadsheet. My man
I'm
was
a
prepared
fucking
for
conditional
this.
formatting
loser,
on that
right?
shit.
I'm a fucking
One of us is
loser.
going to win this on pure vibes, and it's me. I'm doing this off the cuff.
If you win, I'm blaming it on going first.
Lewis Powell, thank you for joining us on the podcast.
Thanks
Would
for
you
having
like to give us your first pick for the Qatar 2022 World Cup?
Well,
Not sponsored by Budweiser.
you already said it, but I'm going to go striker Mbappe just because, you know.
Wait, hold up. Interesting. Striker Mbappe, yeah?
Yeah.
So
Well,
you're
so
going
no,
to...
but like in my opinion, he doesn't need to lock that in. If he in the end feels the need to move him, he can move him to left
But
wing.
Lewis, I think Lewis has got a plan. Look at the
Yeah.
eyes of this man.
The
He's
eyes
got
of
a
this
plan,
man tells
yeah.
me he's thought of that.
He's thought of this before.
Horizon.
I feel like with Mbappe playing striker, you've got the support around him because France as a squad, like, it's just unbelievable the amount of players they've got. He's going to get the service, and literally, he'll score goals. I don't know how well France will do. We can never tell because it's completely unpredictable with the World Cup.
See,
but
I know for PSG, he's been playing sort of more centrally than...
Yeah, they play like a front two with a centre forward, didn't they, behind
Exactly.
them?
So
Yeah.
he gets on the end of a lot of balls more. So that's why his numbers are very good this season.
Lewis gets on the end of a lot
Where-
of balls.
yeah. What?
Sorry.
Pardon?
So we've all had a sufficient amount of bevs.
Ross is going to
I'm
waffle this
fucked.
entire episode. So
I'm fucked.
But yeah, basically, so I see what you're saying. For PSG, his numbers this season are brilliant because he has been the sort of focal point of their attacks. Whereas for France, though, I think he will to implement Benzema into that team. He will be playing out wide on the left and potentially looking at Benzema striker, Mbappe out on the left, and then you're looking at
Guess
maybe
who's next? Ross is coming in, and up top for me, I just remembered as well, I've got 2 picks. So Lewis had his, and I was going to say Mbappe, and then he said it, and I was like, oh, fuck me, I'm dying here. But then I remembered I've got 2 picks. So up top for the mighty boys, Karim Benzema. And then, because I get another one, and we're going back this way, left wing for me, I'm going Neymar.
Ooh.
let's go.
Neymar. I think Brazil, long story short, are going to go very far in this competition.
All right, cool, Roz. Let's go to Lewis. Lewis, your
Fucking
second
pagan,
pick
man.
of the
Same
draft.
pick. I'm going to go completely different position. I'm going to go goalkeeper. Get out of the way. I'm going to go with Schmeichel.
For Denmark.
Oh, he's on my spreadsheet.
Denmark are, I feel like they're one of those teams that you're like, oh yeah, they're going to World Cup, but they did pretty good in the Euros. We beat them, of course, but
Yeah.
I reckon they're going to do bits.
We're the bloody boys.
Yeah, I agree with you because I think we obviously last weekend, if you watched, or last weekend, last episode, if you watched the podcast, Corridor of Uncertainty, shout out.
Yeah.
The boy them said Denmark was at his dark horse.
A lot of people are backing Denmark to do quite well in this tournament. They've got a group where I think the consensus is they get out of this group. Yeah. And then they've got a semi-hard run post the group. But if they come out of the group in good form, in their qualifiers, they won 9, drew 1, lost none.
Best
Drawn best record with Germany. So all in all, I think a lot of people are putting them as underdogs. They've got to be in the conversation for like not favourites,
not to win it, but
they've got to
up
be
there.
in like the
Dark
top 5, 6.
Maybe the top 6. Yeah, I would definitely agree
100%.
with that. So Lewis, you went with
Kasper
Schmeichel
Schmeichel.
from
Schmeichel.
Denmark as
Very
your
nice,
goalkeeper
very
pick.
nice.
Daniel Rose, back to you, baby. Let's get your second pick in this World Cup draft.
Also going to mix up the positions. I'm going to go with the defender. I'm going to go with João Cancelo.
Oh,
And I think not only is he an unbelievable winger, he can play the wing. So I think
I think for Portugal, you'll see him predominantly on the right-hand side of that defence.
yeah, because they got Nuno Mendes, who's a very good player,
good, yeah.
very good player. And now I feel like I've said him, someone's just going to snap him up. But
And my next
they've got Nuno Mendes at left back, so I think predominantly we'll see João Cancelo at right back. But
we let me have him at left back if
yeah, I'd allow you to have him at left back.
for the sake of this.
Because you're handsome, you can have him at left back.
Thank you.
But yeah, I think because
You are very handsome.
because Portugal, all in all, so I haven't backed them to do that well in the tournament, and I don't know why. I think a combination of the Cristiano Ronaldo kind of effect, and because they've done okay in recent tournaments, I think everyone's just due a bit of a stinker every now and then. I think Portugal will have a stinker. Hello. But so I don't think they'll do that well, but I think individually, star power wise, they've got so many disgusting ballers. João Cancelo is one of them. So is Nuno Mendes. So I think Portugal shouts are a good shout. My question is, I don't know how far they'll go in the tournament.
Very, very interesting analysis. Thank you, Roz.
Thanks, man.
Thank you for joining us. This
Thanks,
is why we
man.
have you on
Right, I'm out.
from time to time. On to me now with my second pick of the draft. And obviously, the way the snake draft works, I get 2 picks now.
Say snake draft again.
Snake draft.
I'm going to put that in the title. Snake draft!
World Cup snake draft, man. That's how we get all the viewers. I'm going to go for a centre-back as my first pick.
Second pick.
My first pick
of your
of my
second
second
pick.
pick.
Yeah,
Yes, indeed.
Indeed.
I'm going to go for the man that I backed the last time I was in this room.
Let's go!
The man I backed. Mr. Virgil van Dijk, please.
Let's go. He loves it. He loves the boy.
You've let me down this season,
Yeah,
Virgil.
you've
You've
got to
really
sort
let
that
me
out.
down.
You've got to
But this World Cup, I think, I said this in my last podcast. My last podcast, not yours, ours. Mine.
I'm just a guest, mate.
Yeah, it's recurring. Virgil van Dijk. Netherlands, my dark horse.
I'll back it. I'm going to keep referring to the spreadsheet. He's on the spreadsheet. He was an option for me. I think he's had a stinker, but what goes well for Verge internationally is that Netherlands play 3 at the back, and Virgil van Dijk was perfectly capable of playing 2 at the back. He was like the best solo centre-back in the world for a couple of years. But now he's having a bit of a stinker, and for him to have a bit of a stinker and go into a 3 at the back system probably will do him quite well because he's got that cover. and Netherlands, for me, the defence is their best area. And so they might not outscore teams, but they'll always...
They will defend on them.
Yeah, they won't let too many goals in.
Group, which was part of my thinking. They've got the likes of Senegal, Qatar, and Ecuador.
I think it's a good
so. They should,
Luke, who's your second pick?
My second pick is
I have to start writing these down.
someone who you have as your winner.
Germany. Oh, shit.
Germany, mate.
Shout out the last pod. You can check out mine and Luke's predictions for who we have to win the pod.
As well as 3 special guests, yes.
Yeah, a couple of special guests.
I've got Musiala as my centre midfielder.
I like that. He was on the bloody spreadsheet, mate.
Mate. The spreadsheet,
I'm having to highlight the box red because
spreadsheet.
It's an L.
But yeah, so do you know what? I think it's a very good pick for a central midfielder role because obviously we're not doing we can make our own formation. We're just doing a set 4-3-3. You're going to be packing midfielders with centre attacking mids.
It's one of those where we said this on the last podcast. For you to be 18 years old and the starting centre midfielder, he plays Cam, but we can include Jude Bellingham in this conversation. Them two, they're both 18 years old, I think, or 18, 19, whatever.
What they are doing is
for them to
disgusting.
be centre mid and Cam for their nations, and it's not even like fucking dead nations.
We're talking
not that there's ever a dead nation. We love all nations.
We're talking but the
like
top 5 in like the FIFA rankings.
Yeah, they're like good footballing nations. To be centre mid for England and Germany, Bellingham and Musiala killing the game at the moment.
Killing the game. And do you know what?
Musiala's a quality shout because he returns for Germany.
I was going to go for who I think Dan's going to go for next in Kevin De Bruyne. Am I right? Look at his face.
100% right.
But,
I don't know how it's going back to me.
You know
and he's
what?
still
I
available.
think
that is very true. I always think that about Josh.
And he's still available. I actually kind of forgot about him.
That is a very quality...
Do you know, my thinking behind that is that I think Germany are going to go further. And I actually think Musiala plays in a more advanced role for Germany than De Bruyne does for Belgium. And I think,
I'd allow both of you.
You're looking at that sort of I know Germany don't have a sort of defined striker in the likes of Vern or a Havertz here. It's not great.
Did Werner get a call up? I think he did, but I don't think he'll start.
But
is he injured?
He's injured, yeah. So, but you're looking at someone like Musiala. Whereas I think for Belgium, I think Lukaku's going to stink it up. I think he's going to get in the team out of precedence, and he's just going to
For me, Lukaku does stink at the moment, but international stage he always does deliver.
But it's like Belgium don't really have too many great strikers. You've got Lukaku, Origi, Batshuayi, De Ketelaere that plays for AC Milan.
Yeah,
that's about it.
But De Ketelaere plays throughout the entire centre of the pitch.
He's such
left wing, right wing.
I'd probably have Ketelaere, maybe what's that young Don Doku,
yeah,
and then up top maybe Lukacs,
yeah.
Or Origi. I like Origi.
But I that's my reasoning. Musiala is going to be there more of a focal point in their attack than De Bruyne will be for Belgium.
You're taking Dan's airtime.
Dan, fucking tell us why you got De Bruyne now as your second pick.
Yeah.
He's just a fucking unbelievable player and
best player probably at this moment
in the Premier League.
In the Premier League and then verging on the world. Maybe arguably Messi is the only one that can compete with him. But totally agree. Best player in that position as well. He's the only one that does shit the way he does it. No one is. No one's as good as Cam.
The only reason I didn't pick him first time, again, like I said, was because I feel like...
Who did you pick first?
I don't bet Kane.
Harry bloody Kane over Kevin De Bruyne. What the hell is going on in this world?
I don't rate how far Belgium are going to get, but
yeah,
he's still Kevin De Bruyne.
Do we ask you who you think is going to win the World Cup? So you think England? You think England are going to get further than Belgium?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So if England, if according to my predictions, I've got Netherlands and Senegal finishing first, second in Group A, and then I've got England.
I thought you meant in the World Cup. I was like, how's Senegal getting second?
Yeah,
in the World
and then
Cup?
I've got England, and then it doesn't really matter either way. But then if France win their group, England will meet them in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, well, that's what I said in my prediction. Always England or Germany ended up playing France, and that was always a big game where I was like, I couldn't back any of them because France is quite a hard team to
very
back.
difficult. I mean that
Lewis Powell, mate.
It is.
Let's fucking bosh you on, mate.
I'm
both my cams gone.
I'm gonna go with centre mid. I'm gonna go with Valverde.
This pussy old man.
He's like
no.
What he's doing for Real Madrid this season so far has been amazing. Like literally, probably one of the best centre mids going back and forth.
Yeah,
I feel like with Uruguay, he's one of the best midfielders, and
yeah, I totally agree.
He score goals and they assist like players like Cavani. And
Let me go for Luke's neck. So Luke, in our very first, well, it might have been our very first. It was one of our early days in the podcast.
Very early.
Luke
days.
had the fucking gumption to say that Fede Valverde wasn't a very good
You just
footballer.
pull out the word gumption to violate me like this.
So I was like, I'm backing Fede Valverde to have a good game in this Champions League final. And Luke Graham Moppet, football icon and genius, had the cheek to say, I don't know if he's a very good footballer. My guy has gone on. He heard that, took that as a personal violation. Do you know when, is it fucking LeBron James?
Yeah.
Was it LeBron? I don't want to be.
What are you talking about?
When LeBron James is like, I took that personally. Michael Jordan.
Michael
Was it
Jordan. Yeah.
Was it Michael Jordan?
And I took that person.
Someone. It was one of those.
So I don't know. And that's basically what happened with Fede Valverde. He heard that and was like, oh, I took that personally. It's gone on to become one of the best centre mid footballers in the world at this current moment in time. I think we were talking about this earlier. Luka Modric said that he's gone on to be probably the best player in the Real Madrid centre mid at the moment.
like-
I'm a man who can hold his hands up and say I was wrong.
To Canal.
And yeah, I took a no on that one. And you know what? Fede Valverde, very good.
He's such a fucking
But,
disgusting baller.
Where are you taking him as? A centre mid or a right winger? Because for Uruguay, he plays centre mid.
Centre mid.
Centre mid.
Yeah, centre mid.
Okay,
every day of the
I'll
week.
take that, yeah.
I'm just feel like
Because his returns for Uruguay aren't actually that great.
He's a
compared to-
young boy, man. He's only like 21.
But I'm not doubting him anymore because I've learnt my lesson. I've learnt my lesson. So yeah.
I feel like even like if he
Fuck, I
carries
need
on
to
the form
find
from Real
some
Madrid for Uruguay, he's just going to be an absolute baller. Especially like even like you were saying like that Champions League final in that game, he was class in that against Liverpool. Like literally last Champions League final, and then he's just literally carried that on this season. And then if he carries that on with Uruguay, then I feel like whoever's playing up front, Cavani or Luis Suarez, is going to have the best time ever because he's literally just going to be either getting that ball and then just pinging it to him, and they're just probably going to score a couple of goals.
Yeah.
Enjoying the fruits of Valverde's ability in the middle of the park.
Such an outrageous player.
So Roz, you've now got 2 picks, so don't fucking waste them.
I was genuinely just having a panic look through the spreadsheet because it's looking a little bit dry. I put people in this spreadsheet thinking, these man, I'm going to pick these players. Bosh, literally, I'm getting shagged. So I think my next pick is going to be, I'm going to go England. Give me who you think it's going to be.
Bukayo Saka.
Close.
It's an attacking player.
It was between him and another player, but I'm going for the other one.
Phil Foden.
No.
Bellingham.
I'm going for Jude Bellingham at centre midfield. What an absolute player.
Do you know
Well,
what, though?
obviously, we're talking earlier about Musiala. Jude Bellingham and him are just too good for their age. It's actually a little bit
Do
disgusting.
you know what? Apart from Declan Rice and maybe Harry Kane, he would be my first name on. So he's my third name on the sheet, right? But I actually don't believe. I think Gareth Southgate's going to manage his minutes a lot during this World Cup. So that's why I'm very nervous for you.
Yeah, no, I do agree. But I think what is like in your mind is the Euros. And he was like,
Young boy.
yeah,
Still a young
it was
boy.
like a year and a half ago. I don't know how many. So say he's like, I think he's like 18 now. He's probably like 17 then. It wasn't that long ago from the Euros. But now that he's the captain of Dortmund, playing fucking every single minute of the
He's scored
Bundesliga,
in
every
however
single
many
minute of the
Champions
Champions
League games in
League.
a row.
So I think he's hit a new level now, and I don't think his minutes will be managed as. I think out of him and Declan, ciao my boy, I think his minutes will be managed more than Rice.
Yeah.
But I think both of them are pretty much 30 on the team sheet every time.
Can I just we'll take a little conversation away from the draft for 1 second?
Hit me.
Do you think just because of the nature of Qatar being so hot, the stadiums having to be air conditioned, we've seen the videos and photos from the training where the players have really been looking to struggle with the adapting to the heat. Do you think now, have we got 5 subs in the World Cup as well?
Yeah, 5.
Yeah, so do you reckon we're going to see players' minutes managed more this upcoming World Cup compared to previous iterations?
I think so. I think like because it's up to it went from 23 squad to 26, so they've got 3 more players. I think the squads that have got like multiple players in decent positions.
Yeah, good nations.
Because there's 5 subs, they're going to get a lot more rotation. Whereas like England, we don't have like that many.
We don't have like the
options,
luxury of rotating our centre backs because they're all shit.
That have got like loads of decent players in certain positions, they're going to be able to like swap it out, which is just going to be, I think, a lot more intense because you're not going to get players that like running out of energy. You're going to be able to like swap it to another person that's like got full energy to be able to run in the pitch. So
what you're saying is basically the countries with a wider pool of good players are actually going to see more success this World Cup because of their ability to rotate through, so replace good players with better players.
That's what I'd say. So you've got like countries that'd be like Germany, probably France, Spain, Brazil, Argentina, countries that got loads of decent.
You didn't include England in that one. Is that for a reason?
Said we got limited batch of players. It's like.
What I do think is good though, in the sense is that like if you were a player like James Maddison who'd never got a look in. And if the World Cup was at like a normal time where it was summer and you didn't have to rotate as much, you would probably be like, oh, I'm never going to get a fucking minute. But because, like you said, you've got 5 subs now and it's in a situation where the conditions are so harsh, you might not have thought you got a minute in a different World Cup, but this World Cup, you might get a minute because conditions are harsher and you've got more subs. So,
and particularly we got quite a wider range of opposition in our group. We've got Iran, who are very defensively resilient. You've got the USA, who really want to play like a higher pressing football, but potentially don't have the ability or the players at the minute to be able to perform that sort of level. And you've got Wales, who just always seem to want to turn up versus England just because of the rivalry there. So the ability to have that rotation is very fundamental. But so yeah,
shall I hit you in my last?
Yeah, hit us with your last pick, Roz.
Joshua Kimmich from Germany. I'm playing him centre mid.
Centre mid, yeah. Because he plays right back.
So he is one of. So there are. We were talking about this earlier in like how do we label a position to a player, and most players you've got a position for them. They're pretty like stuck in a position, but there are some gems like Phil Foden, like Kimmich, like XYZ that have the ability to play in a genuinely about 10 out of the 11 positions.
I'm pretty sure Joshua Kimmich could play goalkeeper.
Genuinely, he could play any position on the pitch, but if panic stations arrive and I need a right back, I'll shove him right back. But right now, Joshua Kimmich is my centre mid. With
fair enough.
Joshua and Jude, mate.
That's a very good midfield. The Bundesliga coming through thick and fast for Rosario right here, right now. Lewis Powell, hit us with your... What are we on? Your third pick?
Third pick, yeah. I'm going to stick with the Bundesliga. I'm going to go with a new addition that's come to Bayern. Matthias de Ligt at centre-back.
Let's go.
Probably be partnering Van Dijk. You know, he's what, 24?
Not worried about Stefan de Vries coming in?
No, like you said...
Nathan Ake.
If they play... I feel like Ake hasn't played much.
Jurriën Timber.
True, but like Matthias de Ligt's playing like minutes for Bayern Munich.
Yeah, true.
He
was that star boy, wasn't he? He was meant to be the next big thing.
Yeah. Star boy.
You want him, like Van Dijk. If they're playing 3-back, then you can have the Bridge or someone else.
Well, that's what I said earlier. It's like
and de Ligt. De Ligt is what 24, so he's got.
He's going to go on to be that Netherlands
centre-backs. They've got more years in them than you're looking at like for a forward. Because they don't need to do that amount of running.
Yeah, and then
you can get through with your IQ. So
also, like, I know he had an all right time at Juventus. It wasn't great, but I feel like what he's had at Bayern so far is like he's more suited to how Bayern play. Like it's him, and then probably like either Lucas Hernandez. Like he's one of probably their best centre backs.
It was a good move for him to go to Bayern. Yeah, 100%.
It's like
Juve stunk him out. Juve been stinky.
Juve would have been pointless because their squads, like now, where they are in the league, it's like...
And he wasn't even getting a look in as well. He is like behind some... He was behind like, I can't remember the 18-year-old.
You got Bonucci, you got, Chiellini, you had...
one of them's gone to fucking MLS now, hasn't they? Bonucci. Chiellini's gone to MLS. Bonucci's still there, but then they've got like an 18-year-old centre-back that's taking his place. And if you're behind like an 18-year-old and you're Matthias de Ligt, who's like... known to be Netherlands' best prospect.
You were in that Ajax squad.
Yeah, like, it's now. So it's good that he's gone to Bayern.
But yeah, Matthias de Ligt.
Yeah, I think it's a good shout.
Moving on.
D-Riz, mate.
D-Riz, are you sure?
So far.
We should be on number 4.
Who have you got? You've got
Harry Kane.
I've got Harry Kane, Kevin De Bruyne, and Jean Cancelo.
Very nice. That's nice, building up a nice team. Where are we going next?
Pretty happy with that. I think I might get my goalkeeper locked in.
Yeah, that was on my mind as well.
Because
it was on my
I think
mind.
there's quite a good few ones still available, and I'm going to go with Alisson.
Alisson for Brazil. Very nice.
Brazil, I think.
I've been worried about Alisson.
You know what? He didn't even occur to me because Brazil have so many techie forwards. I just only looked at them in the forward sense. But Brazil, in my opinion, have the two best goalkeepers at the World Cup.
Alisson
and Ederson.
Yeah.
So it's mad that the second best World Cup is a bench.
I worry for a team like Brazil who have such good goalkeepers because we've seen with Alisson is the better goalkeeper in the sense that he is better with one-on-ones. He's better at making saves.
The only thing
from long
Ederson
shots.
has over him is distribution. But apart from that, Alisson's better.
If you're at Brazil, okay, and I know Alisson is their number one at the minute, but if you're Brazil and you're looking to release someone like Vinicius, someone like Neymar, someone like Anthony Rafinha, Gabriel Jesus, whatever. Martinelli. Come on, hold tight, Gabs.
Boy.
If you're trying to release those players quickly on the counter, especially against
Ederson,
especially
could be
against
the man.
teams that
That's a shout.
especially against teams who have a low block, like who are going to be filling up a low block, you wanna have
Problem
that.
is, they got Tite as their manager, and he's a bit of
old school.
he's very old school
Yeah,
and a
very
little
old
bit
school.
dry. And but yeah, going back to your pick, Alisson, arguably, I'd say the best goalkeeper at the World Cup.
Yeah, I agree.
He hasn't got the best defense in front of him, but he is the best goalkeeper at the World Cup.
By no means is it a bad
It's not the worst defense,
By no means.
but he is the best
that
goalkeeper at
defense
the World
can
Cup.
still compete in maybe not the top echelon, but they are not far.
They're
from
an
it.
A-B tier. They're not an
Yeah.
S tier.
I agree.
Genuinely don't know if any team has an S tier defense, but they've got one of.
Bro, we got Harry Mags. Dan Rose. Sorry, we've stolen your limelight. We've stolen your limelight. So yeah, Alisson as your goalkeeper.
I just think Alisson having a really good
We might have to do,
season
like, a
in
tactical
amidst
half-time break.
Liverpool's, problems at the moment, and stands out to me. I rate Brazil's chances, young squad.
Yeah, we said this on
I
our last
wanted to lock
podcast.
him in because I feel like he's a really good choice.
I genuinely weird that it never even occurred to me, but I totally agree. Massive choice.
I haven't even thought about our next picks.
Do one of them, and then we'll go for a tacky half-time break because I need a piss so bad.
All right.
So yeah, we'll do like a
do you know
little
what?
tactical
Actually,
break. Sorry, guys.
I could do 2 picks.
Tiny
right
bladder
now.
problems.
I'll do 2
Oh,
picks.
do drop 2, and then we'll go to Dan
I'm gonna
after the break.
drop the 2 Frenchmen right now.
Oui, petit croissant.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. What are you saying?
Oui, oui. I want to go for my striker, my central man, Benzema.
I've said this dusty cunt hasn't been listening 1 second.
No, I'm kidding.
One second.
I'll go Hernandez, my left back.
Okay, nice.
Hernandez is my left back.
And then what's your next one?
And then I'm going for Lisandro Martinez as
Very
my
nice.
striker.
Yeah, very nice.
That's my 2 picks.
You mean Lautaro Martinez?
Yes.
Lissandro's centre.
In centre back, yes. Sorry.
Hang on, so are you going for the striker?
The striker.
Okay, nice.
Lautaro Martinez.
I might go
yes.
for the centre back. But,
Lautaro Martinez.
I was like, you're playing a centre back as striker? Nice.
yeah, nice. That is
ballsy.
that is
That is
brave.
ballsy.
But
That's the leeway.
okay, yeah. So who'd you
Martinez
go?
striker, and then I've got Teo Hernandez. As
Yeah, very
my left
decent
back.
to be fair.
So yeah, I'm filling up my team a little bit now.
Okay.
But yeah, we take a little tacky and then
Tactical break because
Yeah.
I'm about to wet myself. Right.
sweet.
See you on the flip side.
We are back for another round of drafts.
Jump off.
We Roz has released himself. He's unpressurized the tank. It's all good
I'm
to
about
go.
to clean up this draft.
So just to actually clean up our drafts, just to let you guys know who we've got so far, we're going to run through our little teams. So centre back, I've got Virgil van Dijk. I've got Martinez left back. Then I've got Musiala in midfield. I've got
You
Messi.
said Martinez left back. You don't even know you
Hernandez left
Teo
back.
Hernandez at left back.
You got Martinez striker.
This guy, man.
Apologies. Yeah, sorry. I've got Teo Hernandez at left back. Virgil van Dijk, Teo Hernandez, Musiala. I've got Messi right wing, and I've got Martinez up front. Roz.
Very good. So I've got the boy Karim Benzema. And then next to him on the left-hand side is Neymar. And then holding down the midfield, we got the 2 young boys from the Bundesliga, Joshua Kimmich and Jude Bellingham.
Daniel Rose, hit us with your team.
Currently, I've got Harry Kane up front, Kevin De Bruyne in midfield, Cancelo in defence, and Alisson in goal.
And then I've got Mbappe up front. I've got Valverde in the middle. De Ligt centre back, and then I've got my goalkeeper Schmeichel.
Lovely stuff.
That's
So,
actually just reminded me that I need to get a goalkeeper. I need to sort that out.
do you know what? I'm fucking. I'll take a
Fuck it,
shot. I'll
yeah,
take a
yeah.
shot. I
Get
don't care.
That is a good shout though. Ochoa.
He turns up, but are Mexico going to go far? That's the question.
Mexico, but literally Ochoa at the World Cup is a different breed. He can play.
Yeah.
Shit. He can play shit for his like whatever club he plays.
What clubs does he play for?
I think he plays in the Mexican league.
Yeah, like he
But,
just
like,
hibernates
he's
until the World
turned-
Cup.
There's the thing about him having 6 fingers at one point.
Yeah, he has
That
got
good.
6 fingers. Yeah, and one
There
of
you
his
go,
hands has got
exactly.
6
Is
fingers.
that a tactical advantage?
So, Dan Rose, it is now your turn to pick. It is your turn to
I
pick.
forgot I was starting.
Talking
Right.
of 6 fingers, here's the man with a third leg.
Dan, we're live right now. Dan,
come on, hit me
pick a
with the
player,
next
man.
position.
Come on, pick it.
Who did you pick? Lissandro.
I'm going to go
Lautaro.
another England player. I'm going to go with Trippier.
Very
Trippier,
good.
very good.
Trippier.
Very good.
Very
yeah.
good.
Having an unbelievable season. Well, Nicolas Allar just in general, but
Oh, I didn't even put him on the list. Yeah.
I would like. Yeah, that's my pick. Thank you. Cheers. Come on.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for getting involved.
Welcome. You're welcome.
Okay, so Lewis, hit us with your next pick, mate.
I'm going to go with another midfielder. I'm going to go with Tchouaméni for France.
Very good. No one's really tapped into the France market beyond Mbappe and Karim. You picked Teo, but
Yeah, I mean, Tchouaméni is a very good.
Tchouaméni.
But is he going to
Is
get
he-
you those attacking rewards though? That's the question.
That's a good question.
I
Is he-
feel he's more of like a box to box. He's like he can play that CDM or he can be attacking, he can be defending for like him and then whoever else they pick.
Camavinga, probably.
Camavinga and Rabiot,
Camavinga,
probably, I agree.
yeah, because they don't have like Pogba or Kante. 'Cause if they had them, that would probably be the starting two, Pogba and Kante.
I'm going to take it away from the draft just for another 1 second.
Yeah,
Do
hit
you
me.
think in previous years France have had a very stacked midfield with the likes of Pogba and Kante, and they could pretty much play whoever the fuck they wanted in that third role? Do you think this year? I mean, I know Camavinga and Tchouaméni are very, very good players, but then bringing the likes of someone like Rabiot, is that potentially maybe a weak point for them? Is that where if you are playing France in say a knockout round, maybe perhaps England will do,
Yeah.
then maybe that's a place to target. Maybe flood the midfield and
Overrun the midfield 100%.
100%. Yeah.
I've got so much faith in Tchouaméni and Camavinga becoming like
Ballers.
top 5 centre mids in the world. But right now, they're 18 and 19 years old. They're not there yet. And for them to hold down a team like France in midfield between them, I don't think they've got it on them yet. So, yeah, if I was a team targeting them, you're not going to out-forward them with the likes of Mbappe, Karim, Dembele,
Benzema,
Griezmann.
yeah.
And you're not going to out-defense them with the likes of Koundé, Konate, Saliba. So you're going to have to flood midfield and just kind of dictate the game. And so, I think for me, you target that midfield. It's a little bit light.
I agree. I feel like the thing with France is like their attack is amazing, the defense is amazing, the midfield is sort of
It's
like
light,
a question
yeah. Yeah,
mark
it's light.
right now because you've got Tchouaméni.
But it has the potential
It
to
has
be
the
something
potential.
unreal.
Yeah, by the time next World Cup comes around, they'll be like already cemented as like
Yeah.
Has
best.
the best. Yeah.
Next
bed.
World Cup, then
They'll be
too.
running that midfield defence for years.
because
Midfield
they're
for years.
playing together in the same team. Like
Yeah,
that
100.
partnership is going to be as tight as possible. They're going to like know
Yeah.
what the other's thinking.
100%.
And what you're going to have one that's going to be more attacking. You're going to have one that's more defending. So you're going to have the perfect balance of. They're going to know what the other's thinking. Like, all right, you push, I'll stay back. And then if it carries on with the defence and the attack that France have got, they're going to be one of those teams that you're going to be like, every sort of tournament, Euros, World Cup, you're going to be like, they're going to be probably in the top 3 teams you
Oh,
can say
100%.
are going to win it or be there and about. Because
Yeah, 100%.
the team overall is young. You've got a couple of old players like Karim, but Lloris. But other than that, you've got the rest of the squad.
The defence is young. The midfield is young. Yeah.
It's a regeneration of what they've had.
Yeah, 100%.
Roz, hit us with your...
Bash.
What are we on?
I've got a
Fifth
double.
and sixth?
Yeah, I've got one. So I'll run you through my team quickly. Jude, Joshua Kimmich, haven't highlighted him as green. Let me just highlight him as green. Bosh. Joshua Kimmich, Karim Benzema, talking about the boy, and Neymar. And I've got 2 more, and it's not going to be as flashy as those boys. I'm going for a centre-back and a goalkeeper on this round. I'm going Jurien Timber for Netherlands.
Yeah.
and I'm torn. Who do you think is getting further, Portugal or Belgium?
They've got very similar sort of routes.
I think at their ability, they're kind of similar levels.
If you're talking between Jose Sarr and Courtois,
It's not Jose. Diogo Costa.
I'm going with Courtois. I'm going with Courtois personally.
Yeah, that's the only trouble is I feel like overall Portugal have got more.
Fuck this guy. I'm going Diogo Costa for Portugal.
Yeah, I'd say with Portugal, they've got more of the overall squad. Whereas
I don't back the defence in front.
You look at Belgium, their defence is pretty it's Vertonghen,
mate.
Alderweireld,
That is actually what sold me. If I have
75 years old.
Yeah, I was going to say I'd rather back Diogo Costa, who's got Pepe, who's about 1 million years old, but Ruben Diaz, who's good, rather than I'd never in a million years want to sit there and back Vertonghen and Alderweireld. They're just so dead and old.
Portugal squad overall, I'd say,
a little bit ahead.
Look at it, it's probably better than Belgium's because Belgium's defence is the weakest part. The midfield is stacked. Their attack is a bit shaky. But the goalkeeper's Courtois, which is like
good,
one of the best goalkeepers in the world. So you can't.
I agree.
Yeah, like you said earlier, Lukaku, Origi, and like that. It's like there's not many options where it's like, we're saying Portugal, if Diego Jota was going, you'd have Diego Jota, João Felix. Ronaldo,
maybe Ronaldo,
Andre Silva. It's like they've got options in attack.
Cool, right?
Diogo Costa and Jurriën Timber. That's what I'm going for.
Diogo Costa and Jurriën Timber. Very solid pick. So starting to run at the team a little bit. Lewis. Oh my God, you're chasing that can. Right, Lewis, hit us with your picky wiki.
I'm gonna go with a fullback before I probably lose my chances. I'm gonna go with I think it's David Rahm from Germany.
Very nice.
Just because I feel like with Germany, they're either going to play a 3-back or a 5-back, but Rahm can play like left wing back or left back.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's probably the best they've got.
At fullback.
Because right back you probably could play Kim Mitchell or someone else, but left back.
Yeah.
The only other person I can think of is Ginter. If he's Gunter,
and he doesn't offer going forward.
No, whereas like Rahm is literally
he goes forward good. Yeah, 100%.
So I've gone with him because you went, Luke, with my main pick was going to be Teo Hernandez because he is class. But other than that, I've gone with Rahm just because he's probably the
I like that. And that's your first Germany pick, isn't it?
That's my first Germany pick,
yeah. And Germany, like I said, I backed them to win the World Cup, I think. So a couple of man dev from Germany won't hurt. Dan, who you got next?
Phil Foden.
Bosh! Oh. So when we were talking earlier about like Brexit. Jamal Musiala and the kind of players, Dusan Tadic, that can play in multiple positions, Phil is one of those techie mandem. You could have him in midfielder, you can have him as forward. I wouldn't ask you where you've got him because it doesn't really matter yet.
I'll tell you later.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't really matter yet. But
versatility.
For me, the only issue I've got with Phil Foden is, does he start every game for England?
I don't know.
Do you know? Because for me, Bukayo Saka starts over him.
I think, that's for you. I think in the eyes
for the world.
I think in the eyes of Gareth Southgate, potentially we would be looking at maybe a Sterling, Kane, and Foden front line, which is so wrong. Yeah, and also, even if we reverted to a 4-2-3-1, you're looking at them Foden playing the 10 role, which knocks maybe Maddison out, and you're playing right, which is the best formation.
I love Phil Foden. I think he's England's most technically gifted footballer.
He is England's
but the problem
he's got
is he actually doesn't really fit into the system at all.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
It's a difficult one because I think if you look at it, probably be Harry Kane, Saka, and Sterling.
Saka is England's best right back, undoubtedly.
It depends on how they're going to play the middle.
Right wing.
It depends on how they're going to play the middle three. If they're going to play with Cam or like a CDM, because you'd have like Rice, Bellingham, and then
someone else.
Play like you could play Foden or
Madders or Foden or Grealish,
or Mount.
Or Mount, exactly.
But like Gareth would never play three in the middle. He's so scared and defensive.
And that is why there is so much criticism towards Gareth Southgate, is because you're looking at a manager who will either go 3 at the back or at most potentially a 4-3-3, and then when you lack that tactical flexibility, I was about to say flexibility, tactical flexibility, you do not have the ability then to incorporate players into a team who can do something that other players don't. So like the likes of Maddison, just an unbelievable. Like he's unbelievable.
He's a luxury player.
He's a luxury player, and if he gets going, he will run the game for us.
You need to be in a confident team to allow these luxury players. Whereas like this England team isn't a confident team. Gareth Southgate isn't a confident manager, and so he doesn't back himself enough to have a formation that allows these luxury players. Whereas, like, if you're a manager like Pep Guardiola and you're so confident in your managerial setup, you can have players that don't have stuck positions and you can throw them out there and just be like, do your thing, because your system is so good. Because Gareth Southgate, his system is so shaky, he needs players only that can sort this system. And anyone else that just does their own thing, it's a no. And that's the problem with, for me, Phil. The only good places I'd play Phil are Cam or left wing. Yeah. Left wing, you're always going to play Sterling, I think. Maybe.
Especially for...
And Cam, Gareth Southgate doesn't have a Cam. So I think his positions don't get played.
If you're saying you play Phil out on the left wing, you're going to play Sterling, you're only playing Sterling because of his previous exploits for England. Yeah. Because he was the best player at the Euros.
Yeah,
he was
100.
He is the only direct runner, unless you play Grealish. He's the only direct runner we have. Like, I know Bukayo this season has been so direct, but we need to look at Gareth and say, give these players their dues. They've literally done everything you've asked them to do. Fucking let them go out there and be themselves, because they are, like, if we had like our fucking starting 11 who every fan would pick, the likes you're starting fucking Foden and Saka, and
I wouldn't start Harry Kane.
Do you know what I mean? But like, just let them go out there and be themselves, and let them actually flow with, like, build the play.
I feel like with England, he's got like set players that like are guaranteed a spot.
Yeah, that's the thing with the Harry Maguire.
Kane, Sterling, probably like Rice, Stones, Pickford.
Harry Mags.
The only it's hard.
Right, Lewis, I'm about to cut you off. We're going to carry on with this draft.
Yeah, sorry, we're just ranting on
waffling about the World Cup now.
So Dan picked Phil Foden.
I've got 2 picks now.
Yeah,
let's go.
Let's get these.
I'm going to go for my right back.
Hit me.
Go for Benjamin Pavard.
Very good.
Good shout.
And then I will go for a... who do I go for? Very interesting.
That's right.
I'm going to go for my left winger. I'm going to go for Vinicius Jr.
Very good. He was on the spreadsheet. Right, Dan, back to you, mate. Vinicius Jr., I've got him down as having a very breakout World Cup. Yeah, he's obviously already one of the best wingers. He's one of the best wingers in the world, but he's always...
for Brazil this year,
it's hard to be known as that guy for Brazil because you're behind the likes of Neymar. But he's that guy. He's so good. So good.
Dan, are you ready? Are you ready, Dan?
I think so. Can I have Luka Modric as mid?
Of course you can.
Luka Modric is centre mid. Of course you can, mate. No one's picked him.
In that case,
that's all yours. Look at M. Very good pick, actually. Because Croatia's group is them. Are they in Brazil's group?
I don't even know who Croatia. I've not even thought about that.
Who the fuck are? But yeah, I think Croatia always a solid group, solid tournament team, and yeah, I think Luka Modric, he always has a good time. And the Euros, no, was it the Euros? No, it was World Cup. He had such a good World Cup. Yeah. Obviously, he's taken a bit of a dip now, but he's still such a good player. Lewis, hit me, mate.
I'm going with my other centre back. I'm going to go with Pau Torres from Spain.
Ooh, Pau Torres.
Very interesting.
Overall, Pau Torres is probably...
Is that the first Espanol Donny that's been picked?
I believe so.
I don't think anyone's picked. Yeah. Don't think anyone's picked an Espanol boy.
I picked Pau Torres just because, like, with Spain, they haven't taken like Ramos or Piqué or anything like that, so they've gone with younger. Like,
should I hit you with the next Espanol Don? I've got 2 picks. I'm taking Pedri.
Ooh, nice.
And I'm going to take Joachim Mæhle from Denmark.
Joachim Mæhle.
So Pedri at Cam, but the centre mid.
Mæhle was my and then the right back.
Joachim Mæhle at...
Mæhle was my backup right back.
Yeah. And then Mæhle at... I don't know, is that right back or left back?
Right back.
I'll play him right back. No, I think he's actually a left back.
Yeah, but he plays right back for Denmark.
Oh, does he?
Right wing back or right back?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll play. I'll decide later, but I'll have him on one of those.
Lewis, straight back at you, mate. Whoa, who you got?
I'm going to go with my right back. I'm going to go with Dumfries from Netherlands.
Denzel Dumfries.
Dumfries for right back.
Dumfries.
Dumfries.
Those fries are dumb, man.
Yeah.
This is poor. Right. Right, let's move on from that. Fucking no. Dan Rose.
Go with Lissandro Martinez.
He's been picked, you stupid.
You're going for Man United, Lissandro Martinez as centre back for Argentina.
Man United's performance.
I like that.
Not indicative of how Argentina are going to perform.
No, but I like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I came for you there, but I've had one too many beers. I love you, Dan. Okay, Luke, hit me with a double.
A double.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for a goalkeeper.
Okay.
I believe.
Oh, yeah, I got Diogo Costa. Yeah.
Hold on, let me have a look at my goalkeepers. I'm going to go for Jan Sommer. I'm going to go for Jan Sommer.
Sorry, we do like the flicky things to sort the camera out. He wasn't even.
I've been trying to
Jan Sommer for Switzerland. I think he's the first Swiss pick of the draft.
Yeah.
And a good shout.
It's a good shout. He's kind of like Okoa in the sense that just hides for like years, and then at every international tournament he just pops up and has like
especially like the Euros against France for that penalty shootout.
Yeah, had such sick penalty shootout. Quality player. So you've had Jan Sommer and
I'm going to go for my other centre back, and then after this I'm only got to fill up my two centre
so
mids.
partnering Virg van Dijk is
Antonio
Harry Maguire.
Antonio Rudiger.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah. How's he slipped by?
Hold on.
He wasn't on the spreadsheet.
Since Roz has said his Germany pick, it's got into my head a little bit, and I thinking potentially I see what he's seeing.
That pussy always isn't even on my spreadsheet.
But yeah, Antonio Rudiger. Do you know what? He is a defender that whatever team I'm supporting,
I hate him.
You do not want to play against this man. And
he's such a good, like, as far as centre-back duties go, he's one of the best in the world.
Potentially might win me a couple headed goals.
He marshals defences like Van Dijk does, and to have both of them is a little bit cheeky.
He's tall.
Best defence in the thing so far is Luke.
Yeah, tall.
I've got my defence, so I've got Pavard, and I've got Hernandez on my left and right back, both French boys, and I've got Van Dijk, and then I've got Rudiger.
It's probably the best defence in the tournament.
Potentially. Daniel Rose, we're heading back to you. We've only got, what have you got? You got 3 picks, and I've got 2 picks left.
I actually don't know.
I've got one.
Washy washy.
I need to
do
some mental maths.
I've got 3 left.
Me and Dan have got 3 picks left.
Can I have?
No.
What are you asking? You can just pick, mate.
Can I have Cristiano Ronaldo as well as Harry Kane?
Stewie.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, put
100%.
Cristiano.
You can play him right wing.
Have you got a left wing or a right wing?
Play him right wing.
My other forward's Foden, so
Yeah, put Foden at...
he can play wherever.
Foden
wherever,
left and Ronaldo at right.
Yeah. I'll allow it.
I'll take it, yeah.
It's allowed, thank you.
So your Daniel's front 3, we've got Foden, Harry Kane and
Phil.
Ronaldo.
That's not actually bad. Like, I'd ask questions about it.
If you start
the tracking back ability is not there.
Yeah,
but that's
we're there for the goals.
We don't care. We're here for the goals. Lewis, hit me with your next player.
I'm gonna go with a winger because I'm like torn between my last centre mid pick. So I'm gonna go with my right winger. I'm gonna go with Raheem Sterling for England.
Oh, I thought he was gonna pick my guy. Okay, very nice. I'm gonna swoop straight in. I'm going for my bloody boy, Bukayo Saka. He is my guy to the earth and to the moon. I love him so much. And I think he's, in that front line, he offers more than Sterling. He offers more than Foden. And genuinely, what I've seen of Harry Kane on the international stage, he offers more than Harry Kane. So, I'm taking Bukayo.
You're taking Bukayo? Oh my God, right.
Love him.
We're almost on the final sweep now.
So I've got 2 more picks, and then I think
everyone's got 2 more picks.
Oh,
yeah.
Right, Ross, Clark. Okay,
let's go. Right. So Lewis,
no, I've got another one.
Oh, wait, you got one more.
Shut your mouth.
Christ.
Well, okay. So I've got a fullback and a centre back left, and I'm going to go with Laporte from Spain.
That's a good shout.
Emerick
Laporte.
Yeah, he doesn't know his identity.
He doesn't know who he is.
But I'm saying you're Espanol. And Emerick Laporte, you're in my team. So that's
very good, very good.
Thanks, man.
Lewis, hit us with your second last pick.
Yeah. So yeah.
Hit us up, baby.
I'm gonna go with my final centre mid. I'm gonna go with Bernardo Silva.
Oh, very good pick. Very good pick.
Yeah, that's very solid.
Like for him, he's gonna have probably a better tournament than Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes is alright, but Bernardo Silva is so much better than
Bernardo Silva is very, 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 very potentially one of the most underrated Premier League players of all time.
Yeah. Just looked at my centre-back pairing and I don't rate them at all.
Is that you got left? Just your two centre-backs?
No, I've got them both picked and I don't rate them at all.
Oh, mate. Right, Danny Rose. Are you ready, baby? Hit us
And we're
with
not
the
talking
pick.
about Danny Rose who used to play for Spurs back in the day
And
and scored a
Watford.
screamer.
I'm better than him anyways.
You are. Next video coming out is Danny Rose at Power League.
Versus Danny Rose.
Okay, hit me.
Martinelli?
Let's go! He's,
Do you know what, that is a terrible pick.
he's not going to play
He's
for
not going to play.
Brazil, but
He's not going to play, but you've locked it in now, so
you know
good
what?
job.
I'd like him anyway.
I really like him. And if he does come... My thing with Martinelli is he's not going to start for Brazil.
But if he comes on, he can show what he can do.
If he comes on, he's scoring a goal, 100%. He is one of those players that, like, any minute he gets on the pitch, he, like, makes use of it. He's not one of those players who's like, I'm coming on for 5 minutes. I don't care.
Run out the clock.
Like, cry about it, like Ronaldo. Ronaldo was like, oh, I'm not the kind of player to come on for 5 minutes. That's not me. Martinelli, if he needs to come on for 5 minutes, will come on for 5 minutes and have the best 5 minutes of his life. He's just one of those guys that's cracked whenever he's on the pitch. So,
Gabs.
And he's had a great.
I think in the context of the game, not a great pick. But player, I love him so much.
He's had a great season.
I love you, Martinelli.
Well, I'd like to go with it anyway.
Yeah, I'll back it. Hang on, where are we playing Martinelli? What do you mean?
Yeah, hold on.
Front threes or
Yeah, you got
left
Wait,
where?
you got Foden. Are you playing Foden at centre mid?
You got Foden and
Yeah.
Ronaldo.
Okay, Foden
Right.
in centre
Okay,
mid. Okay.
Foden at centre mid.
Okay, well,
Right, makes sense.
well,
Makes sense.
I was about to go for ankles
How
there.
many, how many wingers are you playing?
Yeah. I remembered our last
Everyone on the
discussion
wing.
with Dan was for Ronaldo, Harry Kane, and Foden, and he said Martinelli. I was like, what the hell is going on here?
I'm going to go for my final two picks now.
Yeah, hit me. You're
So
finishing
my
the
team, I've got Jan Sommer.
Yep.
I've got Pavard. I've got Van Dijk. I've got Rudiger, Hernandez. I've got Musiala. And then I've got
Are you running through the whole team?
I've got Messi, Martinez, and Vinny. Right?
That's good. For
Okay. So my last team midfielder, I'm gonna go for Bruno Fernandes as one of them.
Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, Bruno Fernandes.
Okay, that's solid. Yeah,
And
like
I
that.
think, do you know what? I think for me, if Portugal get far, it might be off the back of him. I think him supplying someone like Rafael Leao,
don't want to say it. I think Lou's got the best team in
but
the
it
draft.
could be potentially very, very good.
Yeah.
And do you know, I've really struggled for my last pick because I actually didn't do any prep in before this.
Neither did I.
Man's pulling up his spreadsheet. So I'm gonna think about this on the fly real quick.
Yeah, hurry up. What position have you got left?
Centre mid, another centre mid.
Who have you got in centre mid?
So at the minute I've got Musiala
Yep.
and Bruno Fernandes.
It's very attacking. I don't want to be that guy that's like, oh, Matt, get a DM in there.
You want me to put a DM in there?
Put Thomas
Who have you got
Partey
in
in there.
yours?
Pedri, Kimmich, and Jude. That is balanced.
yeah, that's
that is
balanced.
a balance. That's Barkley's
Barkley's
balance.
balance.
I'd
Yes.
say, I'd say
Yeah.
mine's
Yeah.
pretty balanced as well.
Mine is balance.
So I've got a couple of names running through my head.
Hit me.
I've got the likes of Christian Eriksen, Bruno
good.
Guimaraes.
We need to.
That's a good shout.
We haven't really been
But-
keeping update on like who's got what from what nation. I
Wait,
guarantee.
Fuck the nations. We don't care about the nations.
I
I
better look through this, and everyone's got like 5. from
Yeah,
certain
bro.
nations.
Fuck the nations.
I've just looked at mine. I'm pretty good for like.
Okay.
You fucked
I
yourself
haven't looked
because
at mine, but-
I'm doing what I want.
Okay, yeah. you go for it.
Bruno Guimaraes. He's just having
That's
a kid or
good.
something.
That's good.
He's having, mate, whatever he wants to do it. Bruno Guimaraes, that's my team.
Just double
Jan
checking the
Sommer,
spreadsheet.
Pavard, Van Dijk, Rudiger, Theo Hernandez. I've got Musiala, Bruno Guimaraes, and
no, I
Bruno
haven't. I'm all
Fernandes.
good. I'm all
Two
good.
Brunos in midfield. Messi, Martinez, Vinny.
All right, Dan, hit me with your last player. What's the position that you're missing? And what?
is a centre mid, I think.
Oh, fuck.
CDM.
CDM's in the mid, whatever you want.
Yeah, slap one in there.
I might just check.
Probably.
Can I have Saliba?
As in, you're missing a centre back,
Yeah.
and you need a centre back. Yeah. Saliba's a centre back.
Love it.
Buddy, Willie Saliba.
Willie Saliba.
That's not even. What's the Saliba chant? It's like,
Saliba.
Saliba. But Lewis, what are you missing, and who you whacking in there?
So yeah, I've got a left wing left. It's a very European team I've got so far. But looking at it, I'm probably gonna have to go with. We go with Rafael Leao.
It's mad that he's got to the end of the draft and no one's picked him. Rafael Leao, I think, is probably
he's
one of the best wingers in the world right now.
I've literally got one South American player, and the rest.
But I think that comes. I think the reason he's been left this far in the draft is because people are doubting how far Portugal could go, and it goes back to even further back to when you said potentially this is all the Ronaldo shit around it. So
there's Portugal questions, and he's young. Does he even start? Because he plays in the position that Bernardo would play, Diogo Jota would play. Obviously, Jota's not there.
No, Bernardo would play right.
Rafael's been playing left wing mainly,
facing he's left winger and Bernardo played right.
He's got that position covered because left wing is for Portugal. So if you're going to take Ronaldo, you can play him striker. There's not many other left wingers.
Lewis, I agree with you 100%.
João Felix and Bernardo Silva.
He's a centre forward / striker. I wouldn't play him at winger.
No. But I swear Portugal do though.
No,
because I think he's a better prospect.
I think you'll see Portugal lining up with Rafael Leao, João Felix, and then you're looking at Bernardo Silva as right winger.
Bernardo Silva's got it covered where he can play either right.
But you also got Bernardo Silva, haven't you?
I've got Bernardo Silva as well. So I'm playing.
Is it me to round it up?
And then we've got Mr. Rossi Peroni to
slightly anticlimactic. I'm going Argentinian Nahel Molina. Yes, to round it up for me. Yeah, that's to round it up. So my team, as the crow flies, Diogo Costa, Nahel Molina, Jurriën Timber, Aymeric Laporte, Joachim Mailer, and then we're cooking. Joshua Kimmich, Bellingham, and Pedri. That midfield is disgusting. And then
maybe you're playing FIFA.
Up top, Neymar, Benzema, and Bukayo Saka.
Your forward is better than your midfield. 100%. Lewis, you want to run us through your team real quick, baby?
So I've got Schmeichel in goal, Dumfries, De Ligt, Pau Torres, and Ram. My midfielders probably say is probably the best thing. Valverde, Tchouaméni, and then Bernardo Silva at cam.
That's nice.
Wingers, I've got Sterling, Leao, and then up front I've got Mbappe. So I'd say
I'm not gonna lie. Sterling, Leao, and Mbappe.
Sterling right wing, Leao left wing, and then Mbappe up front.
That's a disgusting little forward line.
Yeah, the only thing that I'm annoyed with is it's very European based.
Who's got Kevin De Bruyne? Is that you, Dan?
Danny Rose.
Dan, hit me with your team.
Hit me with his team, baby.
So up front I've got Harry Kane.
Wait, you start with your striker. You start with your goalkeeper.
Starting with centre mid, I've got.
Start with your goalkeeper.
I've got. What's wrong with starting from the front?
Nah.
Alisson in goal.
Very nice. Oh yeah, I remember you.
In defence, I've got
Trippier.
Cancelo. I'm going to say left wing.
Cancelo.
Left back. You got Trippier as well.
Yeah. Sorry, left back. Martinez, Saliba, and Trippier.
Okay, yeah, that's decent.
Mid, I've got De Bruyne, Modric, and Foden.
That's good midfield.
Good midfield.
And then forward, I've got Kane, Ronaldo, and Martinelli.
Very good team.
It's a good team. There's a couple of people that I'm not sure will play. Saliba and Martinelli. I know you back the Arsenal boys, so I don't want to do them dirty. Not sure they'll play, but
massive Arsenal fan.
I like the team. And Luke, round it up. Who you got in your team?
I'm starting with Jan Sommer in goal.
Do it.
One of the man them from previous Euros and World Cups. He does it all very good. I've got Pavard right back.
Sorry, keep going. Sorry,
I've got Benj Pavard right back. You see that goal? You see that goal he scored,
the outside of the foot volley is disgusting.
No, I think he'll be a starting right back for France, who I think are going to go fairly decent into the tournament. Then I've got a centre back pairing of Virgil van Dijk and Antonio Rudiger.
That's the best centre back pairing.
I'm not going to lie. Could you imagine coming against those men in real life?
Yeah. It's the best centre back pairing out of all of our drafts.
Disgusting. 100%. And then I've got Theo Hernandez as my left back.
And now it takes a decline.
I think he's good.
No, I'm talking about your team. As you go forward, takes a decline.
I don't know, bro. I don't know about that.
I don't know. I made that up. Hit me with the rest of your team.
So I've got Musiala.
They're decent.
I've got Bruno Fernandes.
Good.
And then I've got Bruno Guimaraes.
Yeah, it's all right. I don't know if Bruno Guimaraes starts, but we'll move. And then who's your front line?
And then I've got Lionel Messi.
Best player in the game, yeah.
I've got Vinicius Jr.
He starts, yeah, decent.
And Lautaro Martinez.
Yeah, you know what? I think Luke might have the best team. We'll see.
Argentina, baby.
We didn't specify. We're going to do like a little forfeit for the loser and a little buzz thing for the winner. We'll figure it out when we get there. we'll be posting our kind of teams and how they're doing point wise as the tournament continues.
Before we round this off real quick, Dan and Lewis, hit us with, starting with Dan, your winner of the World Cup. I want your top scorers.
Apart from me.
I want your best player award. And I want your dark horses. Daniel Rose, start me off with your winner of the World Cup.
These are a lot of questions. I'm going to go with Argentina.
Very nice.
Yeah,
that's what Luke had.
That's what I've got as well. Messi, Argentina, they're going to do it all, baby.
That's what Luke had, yeah. Actually, we'll go to Luke. Yeah, Luke, who's your winner?
Lewis,
who's your winner?
Yeah. It's probably going to sound similar, but I'd say Argentina. I want...
Boring.
Other than us, I want Argentina.
Hey, relax yourself, because honestly,
what's my question?
Who's top goal scorer?
You said Germany, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, we're back in... We just want the Messi prodigy to come through.
I'm up for the Messi storyline. Huh?
Right, top scorer, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, Dan, who's top goal scorer?
Harry Kane.
Harry Kane, yeah.
Harry Kane.
Nice. And he's got Harry Kane in his draft as well.
I'm trying to think of all the nations. This is a difficult one. I'll go with Lautaro Martinez.
Martinez.
I like that. I bet
I feel like because Messi's probably going to be giving the ball to Martinez is going to be the main striker. And you've got Messi
I agree.
behind him. He's going to be getting the...
Why are you figuring that shit, man?
Sorry.
Ross just got his finger stuck in the mic.
My finger stuck in the mic.
Martinez is a very, very good pick because in qualifying for this, he actually scored the same amount of goals as Messi without penalties. But
to round it off,
I do believe with all the controversy in Qatar, Messi's going to get given penalties out there his out because I think they want to pump the storyline. Messi's going to do it, baby.
Roz, he said out there his out.
Roz.
What are you saying?
Hit me with your... Oh, you already know yours, didn't it?
Shut up.
Yeah.
Dan and Lewis, to round it off, best player of the tournament.
That's it.
Don't take too long, it's okay. We're not running over or anything.
Yeah, but that's like... You've got to think of all the nations. You've got to try and think of who's probably going to...
Well, it's not going to be Senegal, so just write them off.
Yeah, but I know, you know what I mean? It's like...
I'm going to go with Jordan Pickford.
Yes. What's the player?
That's rogue.
What's the player? He is fucking wank, isn't he? Let's be honest, he's shit.
Right, Lewis.
He wouldn't even
Best
make
player
my
of
top
the
3
tournament.
English goalkeepers, if I'm honest.
I'm going to go with... Brazilian. I'll go with Neymar.
Neymar. Lovely
He's
stuff.
in my team.
Right. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been
a lovely
BoreDraw.
episode.
Thank you to Lewis and to Dan for joining us. We do appreciate you coming on to discuss your World Cup.
Thank you to the podcast room. Absolute pleasure being here again.
Podcast room. If you're in and around London, please come down to the podcast room because it is so sick. Jamie is an absolute wonder lad. He was brilliant help. And come down here. Get yourselves involved in the podcast.
Got yellow lights for BoreDraw.
You get lights, you get cameras, you get everything. It's a fantastic experience.
Say you're a green lad. There you go.
Exactly.
You can have like a little vegetarian thing. So
we do enjoy it. So yeah, do come down to the podcast room.
Come down to the podcast room.
We'll put the link in the description as well. But yeah, the BoreDraw World Cup. The World Cup is upon us. The BoreDraw
officially sponsored by BoreDraw.
It's no longer Budweiser, it's BoreDraw, baby. But yeah, no, do follow all our socials. Yeah. Twitter, Instagram.
We're also
TikTok.
doing, if you're in and around Wembley in the next coming weeks during the World Cup, we're doing a student night at the Blue Check Wembley. So shout out them. Follow us on social media and you'll find out more about that.
But yeah, it's been BoreDraw. This is our World Cup draft prediction. Keep doing it, and yeah,
it's been BoreDraw and it's live.
There we go.
It's been BoreDraw and it's live.
There we go. Let's go.
Thank you very much for watching, guys. Catch you later.
Shout out Dan Lewis every time.